The mystery of who shot Drew Kane isn't really the story anymore, it's the distraction. In Port Charles, death is temporary, identities are flexible, and consequences are negotiable. Characters vanish, return, and reinvent themselves so often that permanence feels like a myth. At this point, the only thing that truly stays buried is restraint. Romance follows the same unpredictable rules. Chemistry is treated as optional, while obligation is mistaken for destiny. Some couples spark because they are allowed to be messy and complicated. Others exist simply because the plot needs them to. That's why certain pairings feel authentic, while others collapse the moment the camera cuts away. Loyalty works. Forced romance doesn't. Willow now stands at the center of the storm, positioned for yet another carefully packaged redemption arc. But her growth may not arrive through speeches or courtroom tears. Instead, it's likely to show up quietly, through defiance. Having felt the pain of separation herself, she's unlikely to betray Scout's trust. If anything, she may become the silent operator, keeping forbidden connections alive behind the scenes while the adults argue about morality in public. As usual, General Hospital balances emotional arcs with baby reveals, surprise engagements, and recycled destiny. Relationships accelerate at breakneck speed, not because they're earned, but because the narrative demands momentum. Stability is always temporary. Engagements become plot devices. Marriages reset histories, and love is rewritten like a software update. Meanwhile, the larger chaos doesn't feel random anymore. There's a growing sense that much of this disorder is engineered. Memory manipulation, altered identities, restored personalities. These aren't accidents, they're tools. Drew's recent behavior doesn't resemble growth so much as reinstallation. His jealousy, resentment, and volatility suggest something old has been switched back on. Under that lens, the shooting stops being a simple whodunit. It becomes a pressure point in a much bigger design. Of course, the simplest soap explanation still exists, that Willow snapped and pulled the trigger herself, because nothing refreshes a character faster than a conveniently timed breakdown. And because this is Port Charles, no one stays gone for long. Missing characters are rarely dead, just stored off screen until the show needs a jolt. Cast changes, rumored returns, and sudden exits are folded into the narrative like they were always part of the plan. Through it all, fans keep watching, theorizing, and arguing because the chaos is familiar. General Hospital doesn't sell realism, it sells selective accountability. Consequences appear when convenient, vanish when inconvenient, and permanence is treated like a suggestion. One thing, however, is guaranteed. No matter how many plots reset, truths rewritten, or histories undone, Port Charles will keep spinning forward, loud, dramatic, and completely allergic to quiet.